Yo, what up? This is episode 9 of the Mid-Range A Dead podcast. This is your guy, Romeo Travis, a.k.a. at Rome Trav.
It's your boy, F. Anderson, the coolest one.
It's your boy, Ziggy. Got the stats on deck.
Hey. Smooth intro, Zig.
Smooth.
I like it.
Hey, man, the timing's getting so much better.
Hey, I like it, Zig. We ain't going to spend a lot of time on you this week.
Figured it out.
Yo, the NFL was so wild this weekend, bro.
Man, it was a lot going on.
It was a lot going on, man. And we're going to start with the game that was closest to us, was Monday Night Football. Wow.
Shout out to Lamar Jackson.
Wow.
Lamar Jackson, man. Hey, man, you can't say nothing like, you know what I mean? Give him, let's stop underrating Lamar Jackson and criticizing him so much. Stop nitpicking him because he's different. You know what I mean? Just because he don't fit the typical quarterback personality and the way he play, man, that boy is a dog. Shout out Lamar Jackson getting the dub last night. That boy tough, man.
It was a really great, I knew it was a good game when people was texting me, like, are you watching this? And I wasn't watching it.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
when you get those,
they're like, are you watching this game?
Yo,
I'm
do
like,
you see this nigga?
I'm like, man, no. Monday night, I really can't watch a lot of sports because I'll be so locked in on Sunday. My wife got, I got to take it.
Can't get both days.
Yeah, I got to take a night off. So I wasn't watching it. I look over, she fell asleep. I turned the TV so fast.
We got to get up.
I turned the TV so fast so I could finish watching the game. Man, it was a great game. It was a really good game. Only thing that I would state is why were they losing so badly to a Colts team that's not that good right now offensively. So that's the only thing if we're nitpicking. But he really brought them back.
Yeah, y'all ain't did that boy good in a minute, and I think he would have earned that.
Hey, he might. You know what? Let's, just that boy good. That boy good.
That boy good.
History. I saw that. I can't take credit for these numbers. Got to give credit to ESPN. I don't know if y'all saw it or not. First quarterback in NFL history to complete 85% of his passes in a 400-yard game. Highest completion percentage with 40 pass attempts in NFL history. Broke the franchise record for passing yards, and it's the biggest comeback of his career, 19 points.
Talk to him, Zig.
So you can't say that boy ain't no quarterback no more, and you really can't say that they don't come from behind. This is their fourth win, third time they came from behind in the fourth quarter to win it.
And I want to add in, and I don't know if you have seen this already, Zig, but they were like one game away from passing the all-time record for 100 rushing yards as a team, and it was because Lamar was out there slanging that thing. You know what I mean? And it wasn't.
But they really had to pass late.
Yeah,
they tried to run.
Yeah,
you can have a record or lose the game.
Right.
Which one you want?
Yeah, when it went to overtime, I thought he was going to take it still. I thought they was going to go back and pass him, I thought he was going to go back and run it, but they stuck with the game plan that was working, which, they got over their own ego. So is Fangio, you think he more mad that they lost the record this week? Or, he was mad when they got it on Denver. Is he more mad now, or is he happy it's over?
Look, man, leave us out of this. We're celebrating Lamar. We're talking about the Ravens. Come on, man. I've had enough because I knew this was coming. I knew this was going to happen.
It's your fault.
I knew this was going to happen. That's why I wasn't too high, too low, because
you jinxed yourself.
Man.
It's your fault, man, that Broncos are reeling. Well, it's not your fault. It's, they brought in a backup quarterback or a really good quarterback, and they didn't have a backup that was, who was serviceable.
Man, that's okay, because when we get Aaron Rodgers, it'll be all right.
Man, we moving on. Moving on, because he ain't going nowhere. He about to retire a Packer. But anyway, Tom Brady.
That's the one I don't want to talk about.
Oh, it was against the Dolphins.
Yeah. He had 400. Well, what did he have, Zig?
I want to say.
I gotta say.
Yeah. Go ahead, Zig.
Y'all gonna do me like that?
No,
all right, yeah. So he went from 411 He threw for 5 touchdowns. He even had a 13-yard run in there.
He was in his
He was in
his duffel.
Man.
He was in his duffel. Now, Zig, I don't know if I think I heard this right. I feel like that was Brady's first 400-yard, 5-touchdown game.
I believe so. I'm trying to verify that right now. He's
Yeah,
done one or the other, but
we never done it together.
yeah,
From what I was reading that both of your corners used to be all pros at one point in their career, and they're both trying to play their way out.
Oh, for real? Is that what they're doing down there in Miami?
That's what I heard. That's what I've been reading about. Like, because they both were former All-Pro cornerbacks. Like, to have 2 former All-Pro quarterbacks give up that kind of yardage, like, that's kind of like the scheme can't be that bad. Like, if we got 2 of our 4, or even 5 DBs are, all pro level within the last 3 years, like, that's saying to me.
The only thing I can say about the Dolphins, which is like a glimmer, is that Deshaun Watson is actually still out there. As soon as that shit get handled, somebody gonna pull the trigger.
Man,
if
he ends up in Miami, they're gonna go from a really bad team to a really good team.
Or
really
fast. We always got room in our quarterback room.
I mean, hey, if I was the Packers, pick up the phone.
Hey, because of that boy, hey, man, listen.
Everybody got to pick up the phone.
Hey, listen, Deshaun Watson was like he came into the league last year as a top 5 quarterback.
We'll talk about the Browns later, but a lot of people need to pick up the phone and see what's going on.
Somebody,
well, I don't know. It's still too hot right now.
Yeah, he got it.
It's hot like fish grease.
No, that got to settle.
Yeah, you gotta let that simmer down.
No, it has to be finished. Like, you have to be done with all proceedings before I would make that call.
Because that's a PR nightmare right there. Right?
Yeah, man. But the Bills looking like the Super Bowl champion, man. Like, they went to Kansas City.
They definitely looking like the heavy favorite.
Went to Kansas City after our rain delay and put it on them boys.
Like, the rain delay thing always kind of threw me a little bit, because it's like if you're losing, you know what I'm saying, and maybe you're building some momentum to come back now, like, you got to sit there another extra hour, and that was a long delay. That wasn't like
hour.
Yeah, that wasn't like maybe 15 minutes or so that later than they wanted to get back up there. Like, it was a real, like, a full hour, where they were just back there chilling.
And that's hard to do.
And I give the Bills credit too, because they were winning and they came out and still kept stomping them boys.
They like, right now, the Bills are just a better team. Like,
Until the Chiefs, and I've been saying this, until the Chiefs do something about that trash ass defense, like, it's gonna be a problem for them moving forward.
They're missing a lot of guys right now. Their defense is pretty banged up from what I've been reading.
They're out there like they don't have a target on their back, though. They acting like it was just going to be a regular game to Buffalo. Like, it was going to be a regular game to Baltimore.
Yeah.
Like, these teams have got something to prove. It'd be like if when the Bad Boys Pistons was beating on Jordan, if they didn't expect Jordan to ever push back. Like, that's what this look like right now. Like, these teams, we're trying to get over the hump. Like, even the Browns, like, they're coming with something to prove. These ain't regular season games to these other teams. Like,
I don't think
it's bigger than
enough
that.
urgency either.
They ain't playing with no urgency because they feel like they can just turn it on at any moment. And it's like it hasn't clicked for the Chiefs yet that y'all gonna get everybody's best game. Ain't nobody just gonna be coming out here taking y'all lightly no more. Them days is over. As soon as Pat Mahomes signed that $500 million, as soon as he signed that $500 million, it was over. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's over. You gonna get everybody's best game.
A lot of people were saying that he's too lackadaisical with the ball. He's not respecting the ball. In football, it's different than basketball because there's 100-some possessions. So you can have literally a 5-turnover game and still play well. In football, you have 2 turnovers or even the wrong turnover at the wrong time. You can, essentially lose a game. And I think that he's too loosey-goosey with the ball.
Man, he feels like his arm talent can outdo any defense at this point. And it can outdo most defenses. You know what I mean? But not all of them, especially when everybody coming into the game and they feel like that, you know what I mean, this is our chance to show that, you know what I mean, we for real and that we and the Chiefs can be beaten. That's kind of how everybody thinking going into the game.
They get everybody beating them. Everybody's beating them.
So he threw 6 interceptions last year. He has 6 interceptions already this year.
In 5 games.
That's crazy.
That's a lot.
Kansas City fans should be concerned.
But
on a game.
His numbers overall still look good because he's still getting those deep shots. So the averages average out fine, but it's not, you don't feel that same dominance. So there's nothing I can do. Like you can turn him over now.
He don't pass the eyeball test. Like, and he don't when you look at him, they don't look good. I don't care what, and a couple possessions with the Browns punter don't lose the ball, they could possibly be 1-4.
It's kind of weird because they're a great offensive team, but they really don't have that many weapons. Tyreek and Kelsey are elite, and everybody else is some dude or worse.
I feel like them losing Sammy Watkins was an underrated move. Obviously Sammy Watkins didn't necessarily live up to what everybody thought he was going to be coming out of college or out of Clemson. I know he had some decent years in St. Louis with the Rams when they were in St. Louis, but I think Sammy Watkins leaving Kansas City was, like a sneaky move to where you'd be like, oh damn, they probably kind of needed him.
You're not going to respect Mecole Hardman, Demarcus Robinson, Brian Pringle. That's why they had to bring in Josh Gordon. They just really don't have that much talent.
Yeah.
Then Clyde Edwards-Helaire got hurt in this game, so
he's on reserve.
He on IR.
Yes,
it might be a good thing if they can get they got Jerick McKinnon some more snaps. He's talented, he just can't stay healthy. But that might add a level of explosiveness that they haven't. I mean, they're putting up yards, so it's hard for me to say they're not explosive. But it just it don't feel the same.
It don't feel the same. They don't give you the same. They don't have the same blow you out feeling. They're gonna just kill any team. When you watch them play, you really don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, good thing for them, they do play Washington this weekend.
That's not,
that's not a gimme either, because Washington they play pretty hard.
And they have a really good front.
Yeah,
defensive line. They defensive line.
The guys up front, they all young, all took the high draft picks, and they can play.
And they get to the ball.
Yeah,
they got Washington, Tennessee, and then the Giants before they see the Packers. So they might be right by the time they get to Green Bay.
I mean,
it's in Kansas City too.
Let's piggyback off of Washington again, man. Chase Young, this is the time, bro. This is the time. If you want to, because they've been saying he hasn't been playing really that well this year. I don't know for sure how true that is. I haven't watched not a second of Washington football.
He got his first sack on Sunday.
He has one. That's his first sack, and they're already in week 5. Man.
But it's hard. It's hard when you that kind of guy and you only play on the outside.
Yeah.
And and they always chipping you, and they always sending the double team on pass. It's hard to really quantify how good somebody is by just statistics alone.
That's true as well.
Especially on the defensive line.
I definitely agree, but the great ones, they get there.
They still get it done.
They get there.
Yo, the Chargers-Browns game was so wild.
Boy, I know them Browns. I know y'all Browns fans out there, boy. I know y'all pissed.
Unbelievable. I don't know how and why they keep giving up so many points. The communication in the secondary is I don't know if they speak in 2 different languages, but they gave up some of the easiest points I've seen out of a pro football team in late game situations in a very long time.
I want to say the late touchdown to Williams
was unbelievable, bro.
He was wide open.
20 yards.
He did it twice, 2 times that game.
He could have literally rolled into the end zone from where he caught the ball.
Man, he could have moonwalked into the end zone.
Bro, it was unbelievable. And the Browns really played well enough to win offensively, even though Baker.
Here we go.
Man, he didn't lose them the game.
But when is he gonna win them a game? Is my point.
I didn't say that.
When
I didn't say he was
when is
going.
Baker Mayfield gonna actually win them a game? We understand who Chubb is. We understand who Hunt is. You know what I mean? We know about the weapons that they got. But when is Baker Mayfield going to actually win the Browns a game when they need him to win a game?
But also, you know, I don't know what happened. It was like 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 10, and they ran the ball with their defense playing horrendous.
Because
There's
Stefanski don't trust his arm. He don't trust his quarterback's arm.
I don't care who you got back there. You know, you can have me back there, but on 3rd and 8, and we need a first down, we gotta pass the ball.
Dog.
I don't care. There's no excuse.
No, but listen, hear me out though. This is how you know that they don't trust him. Because let's go to the other side of the field. The Chargers went for it on 4th and 8, bro. On 4th and 8. They went for it on 4th and 8. That's how much trust that they have in Justin Herbert. They went for it on 4th and 8.
I don't know
what the hell.
I don't know about all that. Well,
I'm not saying it's a smart decision, but that's how you know it's like, oh shit, we can go for it because he actually might get it.
Man, all I know is they need to give him a chance to at least lose the game. You know, they didn't give him a chance to, in my opinion. And like that's very like you said, it's very telling. But
so
the Browns could be 5-0, bro.
Are they supposed to pay him 40 per?
The Browns, I don't know about his. I'm not talking.
They wasted my guy's time though. It's frustrating. He had 3 targets for Odell the whole game.
Like, come on, man. Come on.
Like,
stop blaming Odell for why the Browns offense ain't that dynamic or saying they don't have chemistry.
He threw 32 passes. He only threw 3 in his direction. Like,
Zig, do me a favor. See what's the average distance of his passes.
It gotta be 8 yards.
It gotta be really low, bottom tier of the NFL.
It gotta be like 12 yards a pass.
All right, completed or not, it ain't bad. It's like 9.5. I feel like that's inflated. Did he throw like some Hail Mary at the end of one of?
Yeah, he threw a 60-yard pass at the end of the game.
Yeah, his completed yards per attempt though in the air is less than 4.
Jesus Christ.
It's 3.9.
Like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
They gotta take the track. They gotta. We know.
Is it him or is it the coach? I don't know.
It has to be.
Oh, how's it the coach? He just won coach of the year. He just won coach of the year.
That don't.
But like, if he don't trust him, like we were saying,
you gotta take the training wheels off that boy, man, and let him play, man. Like, you gotta let him play. And I'm not saying he's that nice.
Off. No, man, he in a scooter.
Whatever he owns. They gotta let it. They gotta let him get in the car. Let him play, man. Let him.
Gotta ride in the backseat.
Man, who else they got? They don't have nobody else.
They don't.
They can't, you know. They don't
say like Case Keenum, don't they?
Case Keenum time.
No, we're not going there. We're not going there.
I just want to see how far he's gonna take it.
No, I'm not jumping on the Case Keenum train. That's what we're not gonna do. If anything, I feel like that they should let him play a little bit more and stop the trade Odell talk. But that's just ridiculous.
I honestly think it will work out in their best interest from both sides to trade Odell because when they trade Odell, you can't blame Odell no more if don't nothing change.
It's not been like you're not going to get fair value for him. So why am I trading him what am I getting back? A 3rd or 4th round pick and a 2nd string free safety? Like, you know, what are they going to get for him?
I don't know, man, but you know what I mean? The weeks keep adding up, and quite frankly, he's not getting any better. Like, I don't see a better performance. And this week, they have the Cardinals.
This is going to be at home. This is going to be a good game, bro. This is going to be a good opportunity for us to see because it's hard to really judge somebody who has 2 running backs who's going to be 1,000-yard rushers. Like, they force feeding him the ball, bro. 1st and 2nd down, you know what's happening. And when he does throw, like, you know, he did throw 32 passes, but like it's I'm not. I sound like I'm making excuses for him, so let me stop. I'm done with it. Like I feel like he needs to play better, but I also feel like he needs to be put in a better situation.
If we're gonna take the Browns serious, and Zig, I'll let you go after I say this. If we're gonna take the Browns seriously, then I feel like Baker needs to show more. Like what I mean, everybody in the league, all the preseason analytics and what I mean, where they rankings and all that, everybody felt like the Browns were that team to take that step, that real contender.
But they're also injured.
And we talked about that on previous episodes as well, that top to bottom, like I say this every damn episode we talk about it, top to bottom, like the Browns roster is as talented as there is in the NFL. The only question was the quarterback. That's the only question. And now you got to raise even more questions like, yo, is he really the guy? Do we really want to pay this man 40 per? Like, do you really want to do that? So I don't know, man. I need to see a better performances out of Baker. Right now, they fine right now, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It ain't gonna get no easier.
He has passed Jared Goff now in the QBR. He has passed him. Now he's behind Taylor Heineke from Washington. So he's 25th in the league right now. But big up to him for passing Jared Goff.
Right, salute Baker. He's better than Jared Goff.
Right behind Taylor Heineke and Mac Jones. So
he is in the basement.
Man. You can't have Mac Jones in front of you.
Bro, come on, man. That's not come on. We talk about the Browns every week for obvious reasons. But
they are getting lucky this week, possibly. Kyler's arm was bothering him a lot during his game. So
they missing their starting corner and their starting safety.
The Browns.
Yeah, but if he can't throw it, that's going to change the whole dynamic.
But the thing about Kyler is you got to catch him. Like,
yeah,
you might not be able to throw it, but you're going to have to catch him.
San Francisco held him down, though. So
they might have the keys.
Yeah, well, that's a divisional opponent.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a divisional opponent.
Moving along, we're going to talk about the game of the week last week, which was the Rams and the Seahawks. And the Rams looked pretty dominant throughout that game, even though it was a Thursday night game.
Yeah, Thursday.
It seems so far ago. It seemed like it happened last season. But the biggest news coming from that game, we all expected the Rams to win. But Russell Wilson is out, broken fingers.
Out 6 to 8.
6 to 8 weeks.
They said he possibly may be able to come back sooner. I've seen that somewhere.
Yeah, he always beats his timetable every time.
Yeah, but they in trouble. And I don't mean just for this season. If you Russell Wilson, do you consider, what I mean, do you look at the landscape in Seattle and in your division? Do you want to stay?
I mean, he did go to school in Wisconsin.
I mean, he did. He did.
There was rumors last offseason of him trying to get to Chicago.
Yeah,
that's quiet now.
They got Fields now, but
do you think that even though they drafted a young quarterback, would they sit a quarterback for a couple of years or trade him?
You got a shot at a MVP candidate. Like you figure out what you're gonna do.
If it's an MVP just laying out there, I'm not about to like pass on him because we drafted a quarterback real high a year ago. You know what I mean? You gotta take a stab at let's see if we can get him. If we can't, then we can't. But
the Cardinals got rid of Rosen over another rookie. So
that was smart.
Rosen on it, man.
Yeah. But Seattle, man, I think they're in trouble, man. I think Pete Carroll, he's so comfortable in Seattle. You never really hear about him being under the hot seat because they ain't won in a while. It's been a long time since they actually did anything of any significance in the postseason. And I feel like at some point you're gonna have to rattle his cage a little bit because they always consider
rattle his cage. They ain't gonna do nothing to him.
No, they're not. But I'm just saying, at some point, when is the winning gonna return?
It's not. No time soon. They got too many holes on defense.
Got a lot of holes, and they paid the safety. What is it? Adams. What's his first name?
Jamal Adams.
Jamal Adams. Yeah, they paid him a shit ton of money, and they traded a lot to get him.
Yeah, they got too many holes on defense.
getting smoked
Regardless
out
of
there.
whatever they paid that man, they got too many holes on
Getting smoked
defense.
out there.
Nobody fears them anymore. Nobody fears going up to Seattle and playing anymore. And with that being said, they're going to struggle for a long time until they get that defense right. And there's only, they're not getting to the quarterback like they used to.
No,
And
the Legion of Boom is gone.
When you're not getting to the I don't like why in this present day NFL, if you can't get to the quarterback, you're going to get cooked because they just the offenses are too good.
Offense is too potent.
The rules are made for offenses
for sure.
So like they want points. So if you can't put any pressure on the quarterback, you cook.
And what's crazy is the person who broke Russell Wilson's finger was Aaron Donald.
Somebody getting to the quarterback.
That's how his finger got broken.
Ultimate quarterback getter.
Geno looked good. Surprisingly.
He looked serviceable.
Oh, Geno gonna give you a game, maybe two. He just can't give you a season.
No, because it's like when people sit down on him, but he's similar to Russell Westbrook when he was in college. Like, I'm not saying his NFL, like how he plays, not what he did. Like, you know what I mean? Like they have a similar type, like, they small, he can move around in the pocket pretty good. He has a strong arm.
Russell Wilson or Westbrook?
Oh, Russell Wilson. Excuse me. Man, you know what
I was waiting for that cross comparison. I was gonna let you know.
I'm like, okay, what are you getting at?
No, my bad.
I was interested. Like,
You
nobody doing this.
I was waiting for you to get to it. I'm like,
my bad. No, I meant like they have similar styles.
Russell Wilson.
Okay,
I got you.
They have similar styles, quarterbacking styles. So he can kind of like possibly step in and fill that role.
Don't know that he ever got a fair shot either. I mean, he had his rookie year and the next year with the Jets. And then when he was going to hand him the keys to the Giants, he got punched in the face and he never got his job back after dude broke his face.
Break his jaw or something like that?
And I can't remember if it's his jaw or his eye socket. He owed somebody some money and it was the wrong person to owe some money.
Yeah.
And that's the last time he was a starter. And he didn't even get to start because of that, because he had the injury.
Okay, so I'll give him a break. I'm not gonna say that he can't get it done, but
he hasn't shown it ever, but he got a weird shake.
The Seattle's offensive line isn't that great. I'm not about to sit up here and criticize Geno, but man, the odds are against him in this situation. But he might be able to make a job out of it. He might be able to get another job out of this season while Russell Wilson. See, man, damn.
See, no, but it flows though. It flows.
While Russell Wilson is out, so he might be able to create some opportunities for himself.
It was broken jaw, 6 to 10 weeks as the Jets. And
we used to call getting your jaw wired back in the day.
Man, I can't imagine eating through a straw.
Like 50 and give us without trust.
Worst part of the team said he deserved it. So it's like you can't come back from that.
It's a cold world.
Man,
you
get sucker punched. Everybody's like, "Yeah, you had it coming."
Man, I hurt to hear.
That's a cold world.
I hurt to hear. Man, moving right along, man. We're gonna go to the Cardinals. They're 5-0, man. Are they that good, or do they have a favorable schedule so far?
I think it's a little bit of both, personally. They are in the NFC West, which none of those games are easy.
They haven't played the Rams yet.
They did play the Rams.
Oh, they beat the Rams.
They beat down on
the Rams. Beat the Rams real bad.
Yeah.
I remember that.
They beat the Rams and they just beat San Fran as well. So they've got some pretty quality wins on the season. It's still early. They have to play, like we mentioned earlier, they play Cleveland this weekend, so they got to travel overall down here to Ohio. But man, I think they for real, man. I don't think it's an aberration. I think they're really good. I don't know how far that's going to take them because a postseason is a different monster. And mind you, we still have going into week 6, right? They still have 11 more games to play. So this could all fall apart very easy.
They started very hot last year as well.
Yeah, but we're talking about today. So today, I think they're, they are legit. So
it'll be interesting to see how they play in this environment. The road games they played Jacksonville, the Rams, and then that first week against Tennessee, They got a Cleveland game where the people are gonna be there, and they got the 4:00 Cleveland game, so people are gonna be out of control.
They're gonna be hammered.
Yeah.
If they can make it into the stadium. Like
this
4
actually might
o'clock.
work. This actually might work out in their benefit because you know what I mean. Them Brownies, them fans, they might be a little bit too
Unity
late.
Lock
to
gonna
make
be
it to the
shaking
game.
at 8. That's 8:00.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you asking them to stay in there an extra 3 hours because they
They ain't
play
gonna
at
pace
4?
themselves. I hope it ain't sunny. Like if people ain't gonna make it inside.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, it's been nice. It's been some real nice October weather, man.
They better take a nap in the back of one of them pickup trucks because you know it's a ton of them out there. They better get some rest.
We gonna see if one of these teams is gonna have a lot to talk about on Monday, even though they both kind of look like they can contend. It's shaky with the Browns a little bit, but the Browns win this game, they'll feel like they're right back on track. And people gonna start questioning the Cardinals. Now, if the Cardinals win this and they get to 6-0, they're still the only undefeated team left. People gonna be ready to crown them.
Yeah.
I mean, the NFL goes bi-weekly. Like every week they got a new best team.
And I feel like the NFL is one of those leagues that the best record don't really, I mean, I guess you could say that about all leagues, but for the NFL especially, I feel like having the best record don't really have people crowning you that often. I guess it's more so the way that they're winning because if you ask anybody today, most people probably say the Bills are the best team in the NFL. Right today, what I mean, I don't think Arizona would get a lot of, I guess, love in that category, but we never know.
Yeah.
It's pretty much whoever you saw last dominate on TV.
Yeah,
It's like the best team from week to week.
But they just go on how they feel. The Cowboys, man, they are out here rolling.
Man, shout out to Dak, man. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but when guys come back from injuries, I kind of like to lean towards seeing them succeed again. And he's been playing his ass off, so shout out to him, man.
Yeah, the Cowboys are normally on the other end of bad luck. Like, they usually on the other end, like the bad stuff is happening to them. And this year, they've been very fortunate with some injuries of other guys. And the scheduling has made them look better than I think they are, actually. But Dak looks great. They got a revived secondary with Stephon Diggs' brother. Was it Trayvon Diggs?
Yeah.
He's getting all the interceptions. We got one a game.
Yeah.
So I think they have a shot. Zeke looks like he's running because the other boy's chasing him. What's the other? Pollard's chasing him. So I think he's running better because
he got some motivation.
Yeah, he's right there in his rear.
Fire up under that.
He's not even in his rear view. He in his side view. He's right there on his hip. He might even be in his blind spot.
For real.
Because he's right there. So I think that's giving him a little bit extra motivation.
Yeah, that's great for Dallas. Dallas's offensive line is always pretty stout too. So that's good for them.
So they look good, man. I haven't really seen them beat any really good teams.
Yeah.
But you can only play the people that's in front of you. So
all you can do.
They looking good. I mean, they're in the NFC least, so they're gonna at least win 9 games.
On top of that, the game that they did lose,
Good loss.
That was a good loss. If there's any such thing as a good loss, that was a good loss because they played the Bucks down to the T in that first week. So, like I said, it was a loss is a loss, but that was kind of like a win.
Yeah, but I know Mike McCarthy very well. He's gonna.
So they got the Patriots this week, and then they got a bye. So they might be looking real good, but it's a pretty early bye. I wouldn't want it right now.
It's pretty early.
Got 2 games left.
Yeah. But the schedule, it doesn't really get tougher for them. They come out of the bye, Minnesota, Denver, Atlanta. Sorry. It's just like nobody is scared of.
Yeah, they could be 10-1
for sure.
Yeah, and then they got the Chiefs, and so that might turn into something. But the odds look good for them to just looking at their schedule. Odds are in their favor, but we'll see. You know how Dallas.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Every game before that Chiefs game,
it's winnable.
They'll probably be favored in every game until they play the Chiefs.
Like they should win.
Yeah.
And they'll probably be favored in every game after, except for one. The Cardinals game. But you're probably taking them over the Raiders, the coachless Raiders, the Saints, Washington twice, the Giants, and the Eagles. They're going to be playing some home games down in Jerry World.
That's that Tom Brady effect when he got that, you know what I mean, when he was in the AFC East, with that weak schedule. No offense, yeah.
Nah.
What
am I gonna say?
We wasn't that bad.
But I'm saying, like, they got that division that's pretty trash. You know what I mean? You can rack up wins that way.
I just want to know how is Dallas in the NFC East.
They want to break up them rivalries, but they don't. They shouldn't be there. They should be in like the South.
They should be in the NFC South, and they should move the Panthers to the NFC East. Yeah, it only makes sense.
Geographical.
Yeah, it only makes sense. Like, you got these boys, and it's like, what? I'm not going.
But we digress.
Carolina get a little offended when you try to say this ain't the South, just for the record. So they don't like hearing that.
Okay, it can be, but okay, it's the South. But how is so? What is DC?
Right.
DMV.
What is the DMV area? That's not. Is it the South?
That's not the South. No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying it's not the deep South.
Yeah, it's just the top. It's the
tip of the spear. Okay, you're at the top of the art.
Virginia counts themselves as the South too, so I don't know. It's weird, but you think about the South, they get
Virginia the South. I don't. Whatever.
I don't know. Who cares about how they divided these divisions?
No, yeah. I just don't understand how they don't make sense to me. So I had to say, all right, man. Now I have to talk about the Green Bay Packers versus Cincinnati Bengals game.
Boy, you know y'all trying to lose that game.
I was watching it.
I was literally trying to lose that game.
I could not believe what I was seeing. Like, I couldn't believe it. Before that miss, Mason Crosby made 27 field goals in a row. 27. Then I watched it with these two. I'm glad I didn't drive down there. I might have hung myself after the first two. He missed 3 field goals at the end of regulation overtime. And the kicker for the Cincinnati Bengals missed 2.
And Crosby missed an extra point.
I was going to skip that because it didn't count. He missed an extra point too.
Yeah, it's wild.
I've never seen this many kickers miss extra points and field goals in my entire life.
It's been a recurring theme this year.
I've never seen it this year. I've never seen it. I don't understand what's going on with the kickers.
Got the jitters or what?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Why were they still coaching for the field goal instead of
just play to win? You know he can't. You know he's not making it. You know he's not making it.
That threw me off. Is like they trying to get to 30. Like, no, you got to score.
They damn near took a knee. Like they ran the ball. Like, I was like, they had the ball on the 35. They ran to center it, and he still pushed it left. I was literally in disbelief. They was throwing the ball in the middle of the field just so they can spike it. And so they setting up for I was literally in disbelief that they kept putting this much faith in these kickers. Not just the Packers though.
You know, the Bengals too.
The Bengals were doing the exact same thing, bro. Like, they got the ball in the red zone. They was like on the 30.
They set up for this game-winning field goal. Like, have you not been watching this game?
Like, are we not watching the same game? And the kicker for the Bengals kicked it and thought he made it. He started celebrating.
He was so hyped.
No, that was funny.
Then, bro, like,
that was funny.
I was really distraught. Like, and I was over my brother-in-law's house. Let me see.
All right, go ahead.
And he's a pastor, so I can't cuss.
Oh man,
my kids is there.
I know your brow was getting.
My mother-in-law, my father-in-law is there. I couldn't express myself the way I wanted to, and I was very frustrated. Just sitting there, I was so upset.
Okay, so I got a question. You know what I mean? We know how good Green Bay is. You know what I mean? They rounded back into form like we all thought they would be before the season. How much do we believe in Cincinnati? Because they've been playing some real good football. Joe Burrow has been doing his thing. The kid Chase, the wide receiver, you know what I mean? He's been playing really well. How much do we believe in Cincinnati?
I thought Cincinnati should have won that game. Like, I thought they should have won it. Obviously with the field goal situation, either team could have won it. But just by the way they were playing and the big plays and and how they kind of stuffed our offense, I thought they should have won that game, you know. And so, if they were in a different conference, I would have a lot more faith in them. But they got to go play the Browns, they got to play the Ravens, and even the Steelers right now they're playing better. Yeah. And so it's going to be hard to make it out of this division.
The AFC North, did they get 3 teams?
They're going to get 2.
Like it too.
It's going to get 2. It's going to be the Browns and the Ravens. If either of them make it, it's going to be those 2 teams.
You might get 3. I don't know. You get 7 teams in now. It ain't 6 no more. So the South is only getting 1. The East is probably only getting 1. So it's going to be up to the West.
Yeah, it's going to be between
but they
the AFC West division, and
they could possibly get 3.
Yeah. So it's going to be between the West and the North probably.
Yeah.
I mean, the Raiders about to fall off. Who else is in that division? The Chiefs.
State.
Oh, yeah. So they're going to get. So they might.
It's by default.
We looking around and nobody else here. Come on, man.
Tua coming back though, so it's almost Tua time. No.
I don't know.
Hey,
I like Tua, man. You know,
I don't know that man personally, but I'm rooting for him.
They play the Jags. They can leave Urban over in London after the game. You know,
man,
Urban might start something.
His dirty fingers.
I want to say something about Urban. We move on.
So we're gonna move on to next week, to week 6, and we got the game of the week. There's not a lot of good games this week. It's a lot of ugly games. We got there's still professional teams, but there's not a lot of marquee games, I should say. The Dolphins, Jaguars, Bengals, Lions, Texans, Colts, Vikings, Panthers. There's just not a lot of good games that you want to see. But there are a couple. We got Chargers versus the Ravens.
That's going to be a good one.
And it's a 1:00 game, so they got to be in Baltimore. Who you got, Zig?
I think that I still have. I can't pick against the wall right now. It's got to be Baltimore. I wanted to say the Chargers, and I can't do it.
I'm actually really excited for that game because I think it's going to be a show that Herbert and Lamar are going to put on.
If they just let the Browns put up 40 plus, then yeah, I don't see them stopping Lamar.
Oh
no, it's going to be a really, really exciting game. And if the Ravens can hold the Chargers down, because I don't think the Chargers can hold the Raiders down. I mean, the Ravens, if they can stop them, then they have a chance. But Herbert, and man, he is slinging that thing.
Yeah, he's nice, man. He was real underrated coming out.
He's better than I thought.
I didn't know too much about him at Oregon, but
I didn't think he was going to be good at all. I just thought he was in Oregon. They passed the ball 100 times a game.
They said they kind of had the shackles on him at Oregon. Like, you know what I mean? He couldn't really get busy like he getting busy now.
He's definitely he out there two-stepping on the board.
Yeah.
And I didn't want him. I wanted Tua. I was like, no Herbert, no Herbert, no Herbert. Dumbass.
That's what it was. Like,
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I saw it coming. I didn't. I watched him at Oregon. It's like, all right, he's all right.
Hey, but Zig, to your defense, nobody's seen it coming. So I don't think anybody expected him to be as good as he is.
Yeah, I mean, he might have went 1 over Burrow if they saw this.
Oh no, Burrow had a hell of a year last year.
But Burrow 26.
But yeah, he older. He goes because he transferred too.
Transferred, red shirt. Man, that man got green dad. he old.
He grown.
Yeah, he like 25, 26 for real. But I think so. Definite answer. You did. Who you got?
In the Chargers Ravens game?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Lamar, man. I'm gonna go with Lamar.
We all going with Lamar.
Come on, Lamar, man. Hold it down.
All right. The second game we're gonna talk about is the Cardinals versus the Browns in Cleveland, which you kind of touched on a little bit. Man, come on, Browns, man. I'm gonna pick y'all. Come on, Browns.
Man, you know what, man? No, man, fuck that, man. I'm taking the Cardinals. I'm taking the Cardinals, man. I've been high on the Cardinals like all year. I'm not about to because they playing the Browns, man. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be mad if the Browns win, but I'm taking the Cardinals.
I think I'm taking the Browns. I don't know, man.
He don't never really
See,
answer.
listen, look, man, it's okay, man.
It's
Like,
so hard to take the Browns right now because
it's okay, man. Look, you niggas don't even know if y'all want to take the Browns, man. It's not hard, man.
It's not hard. But
if this game was in Arizona, I would take the Cardinals. I know that much. So maybe I should have some more conviction with taking them, but I do feel like they get right at home. And so, yeah, I'm a roll with the way they let Mike Williams ride open. They got Hopkins this week.
They got Hopkins. AJ
Give me the Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm taking the Cardinals. I couldn't.
This common sense took over.
I just couldn't. I couldn't resist it no more.
Man, I can't get wrapped up in the fandom, man. Like I can't.
I
don't even like the Browns like that, but
man, look,
I'm wrapped in that Browns blanket, man. I'm gonna go with the Browns, man. The run game is going to really slow down it's going to slow down the Cardinals pass rush. It's going to keep the offense off of the field, and it's going to give Baker a chance.
Where are the Cardinals ranked in run defense?
In run defense,
their defense like top 10.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so against the run in yardage, no, they're actually not. They're not looking good this year. They dropped down to 28th against the run.
Oh, okay.
And 31st in yards per carry. So yeah, Cleveland can run it up.
But mind you,
I feel like they're gonna try to prove a point.
But mind you, the Chargers were like one of the worst teams in run defense as well. You see how that game turned out. And the Browns secondary, are they still hurt? A lot of those guys in secondary?
Sure. One guy is out, and the other one's doubtful.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, the only team that didn't run well on the Cardinals was the Titans, strangely enough.
That was the first game of the season, right?
They held Derrick Henry down, but every other team has gotten busy. So,
mind you, Browns fans, if you guys win, I'm not going to be upset. I'm just not picking you.
I wanted to pick you guys. I'm sorry. I tried. And they let me talk long enough to talk myself out of it.
Because you know where your heart lies.
Yeah.
So this Monday Night Football, this is going to be another good one. It's the Bills versus the Titans. That's going to be a really good game, man.
I don't know what the spread is on that game.
I don't think it's going to be a good one.
I would say that right now.
Buffalo 5.5.
Yeah.
You know what? Tennessee is such a weird team.
Man,
that I can see them winning that game.
They're going to win, man.
I can see them winning that game.
I don't know why, but they're gonna win, man. And they always beat teams that they should lose to, and they always lose to teams that they should beat.
Yeah.
Buffalo is going to blow them out. It's not going to be close. I'm sorry.
What makes you say that, Zig?
That Titans offensive line is still a big problem for me. And they're not going to be able to. Tannehill has not looked good. Julio still might not be playing this upcoming week. They don't know if he's going to be able to practice. I think that Buffalo can put up points, and Henry ain't going to be able to just run them down on the ground. They're going to have to get some pass yardage, and I don't think they can do it. I think Buffalo.
Is Julio and Brown out?
Brown's back.
Okay.
But I just don't see it. So the Buffalo defense is number 2 against the pass, number 3 against the run. Like, the boys are serious, man.
I didn't know Buffalo's defense was like that.
It's not like, they by far the number 1 defense right now.
Oh yeah, they like that. I didn't know that. I wasn't aware, but
holding the Chiefs to 20, I can't see like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take the Bills, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee wins that game. Right? I don't know.
It's in Tennessee. But
I think Titans gonna run all over them. And it's like I said, man. I don't know why, but they always beat teams that they shouldn't. And I don't have any stats or anything to prove it up. It's just a gut feeling.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna be wrong, but we gonna see.
Hey, man, Tannehill will give you one of them games every now and then.
He get 3 touchdowns, 85 yards. He gonna be like something weird, man.
Zig know all about Tannehill. That's what it is. That's why
I was actually.
That's what it is. That's why he picked the Bills. Because
I'm a Tannehill supporter. Actually, I ain't want to leave.
Tannehill did them so bad in the past.
Man, he slid. He was sorry down there.
Nah, that was that coach who wound up going up. That was Adam Gase. I was a Tannehill believer, but Adam Gase, he saw what he did to the Jets.
Oh,
but Titans still gave up the most sacks in the league. Like, it's just, this ain't a good.
It's a bad matchup.
Yeah, I don't like this one. And I think the Bills go on to bye after this, going to the bye strong after a Monday night game.
Just got a big win in Kansas City, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we're going to see, man. Last week, we talked a lot about the Texas OU game and why game day was down there. And game day picked a great game.
They made the right decision.
Oh, my God.
They made the right decision. That was one of the best college football games I watched.
That game was amazing, bro. I could not believe that quarterback.
The backup
quarterback.
Dude might not see the field again.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
And
I don't know anybody's name.
And he was a Heisman favorite for OU. What was his name, Jig?
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, he might not see the field again.
There's rumors that he might leave the team, which is really fast to give up on.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
He was the Heisman. He was like the Heisman favorite. Like, no bullshit. He was the one. He was the top favorite, the betting favorite to win the Heisman.
Bro,
yeah, he was number 2 in the mock draft for next year. Like,
there's no way I'm leaving.
You can't leave. No, you gotta.
But that quarterback, the freshman, he came in with that 66-yard run. Oh, I said, he's serious. He came in on a 4th and 2.
Yeah.
And he hit and was gone. I said, wow.
Man, that was a hell of a game.
When they was going back and forth, neither team could stop a parked car.
What's wild is those are both 2 future SEC teams.
And they're going to get stomped. You know that Kurt Franklin song? Stomp. They're going to get smashed.
For those of you who think the SEC has gone too far.
Yo, man. It is going to be bad for them boys. But it was a great game, man. It was exciting to watch. And this week, game of the week is going to be Georgia, Kentucky.
Surprise.
And, I said this a little while. I think I said it a little while ago, maybe a couple episodes ago. I thought Georgia would be the only team that could beat us. Alabama, obviously, we just lost. But Georgia's for real, man. They've been for real. They just never finish at the end of the season. But yeah, man, that's a tough, man. Georgia's tough. They're tough.
Yeah, I mean, they got them a 23-point favorite. They got them. I mean,
against the number 11 team in the country.
They got
favored by 20.
It's crazy. They got them a 23-point favorite, but the game only supposed to score 44 points.
So they basically saying that Kentucky won't score at all, damn it.
They're pretty much saying it's going to be like 31-7 or something crazy like that. But I think they're going to beat the brakes off Kentucky, and it's going to be like a humbling experience for them. But kudos to them. They undefeated. They 11th in the country right now, and they look pretty good. Shout out to my Cincinnati boys.
Oh, Cincinnati. What are they? Number 4?
3.
They're number 3 right now?
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not a Cincinnati Bearcat, but I told y'all, watch out for them Bearcats.
Yeah, man, Cincinnati, they're doing their thing out there.
Yeah.
UCF game, they favored by 20, but that might be tougher than what we give it credit for. UCF is up and down year to year.
They're not gonna win by 20, but they're gonna win. There's another good game. It's gonna be Oklahoma State and Texas. I'll be interested to see how that game goes.
Not quite the Oklahoma Texas sizzle that it had, but maybe a decent game to watch.
Oklahoma State is undefeated.
Somehow Texas is favored. I guess that was a good game for them last week, so I can't say somehow.
And they're at home.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot for a letdown, though.
Yeah, I think. But speaking of Texas, that running back Robinson. He's
nice.
Hey, they don't believe in running backs anymore. They better start. Hey, they need to get it. Somebody need to pick him up in the 1st or 2nd round.
He put on that Reggie Bush number 5, and it looked the same.
Man, he looked good out there. He was good.
That was a shootout, though, man. That was a pure shootout.
He looked good. Yeah. But he looked good. Moving on, man. We're gonna cross over to the NBA.
It's getting around that time of year.
Did you hear my pun? We're gonna cross over to the NBA.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We
gotta, man. Let me not, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, stick with me, man. Stick with me. We gotta talk about Kyrie. How it's all over the place, and finally they came to a decision that until he's actually allowed around the team full time without the vaccine, that he's not allowed around the team.
Yeah. So yesterday they said he could practice. Today came out that we ain't having none of that shit.
So it went from it's a roller coaster type thing, and it's kind of weird that it's going that these far dynamics, like like it's going from he can play at home. I mean, he can't play at home. He's going to play on the road to he can practice now at home till now it's like zero. So it's been going back and forth with different type of dynamics. And I'm not happy that he's not playing because I want to see him play. As a basketball fan, you want to see one of the better NBA players play. But I want him to just come to some kind of resolution and let it be final. Like, if they say he can't play, then he can't play. If they say he can't play, just let him play. I don't like the in-between, back and forth, kind of, sort of.
So it just came out maybe about an hour or so ago. A little bit longer that he said that he's not anti-vax, but he's more so he's anti how people are losing their jobs over not getting the vaccine. So now he's back almost not quite yet, but it's almost still sounding like he's starting to backpedal what he originally said, which basically that he wasn't going to get vaccinated.
I'm curious to hear the full quote.
Yeah, I don't want to misquote him, and I'm not going to judge him off of a headline.
Yeah, but I'm curious to hear
And this wasn't a quote for the record. This was sourced to somebody. So
right. So it may not even be true.
Yeah, like this could all be something different tomorrow. So like I had some criticism for what I said. If he said this, then I had some criticism, but can't really put it to how quotes are, and I can't put myself out there because of somebody else is speaking for. If one person that you can't speak for is going to be Kyrie Irving.
And he's going to clarify. He's going to clarify that statement because he's going to be asked. So he's going to have to clarify that statement. If that statement is true, I think that he needs to figure out what his job is and what his goal is and what he's trying to do. If that statement is not true, then continue to do whatever you feel. Like either way, he's going to do what he continues to feel is right, and nobody can judge him for that.
I feel like I'm leaning towards the statement being true because that's the only reason why I can think why management would have reversed course so fast on. Okay, we wanted him to practice, and then he came to one practice, and they're like, nah. So something's going, like something happened in that practice, whether they say it or not. But like last night, Steve Nash thought that he was going to be practicing and just playing role games. And then this afternoon, the general manager and the owner decided like that it's not going to happen. So I don't know what it is that's going on, but something changed, and the details will come out eventually. It'll be messy and everything. I can't really speculate on what it was, but somebody made a great point that, Kyrie got his ring, KD has his rings, but Harden, Aldridge, Blake, like all these players are playing for something that they haven't gotten yet, and it's a different level of focus that is required from them that he might be taking for granted right now, if this is what is truthfully what he's doing right now. And when you're making your decisions, you definitely want to make your own decisions for your personal reasons, but you do have to take other people into consideration when you're making some decisions that are going to affect other people. And so that's pretty much, if this is just to make a point for other people, which it doesn't really make logical sense. But, if he's standing up for people who got fired, even though he didn't get vaccinated well before people started getting fired, I don't know, but
It's
we'll see how they handle it.
Zig, to piggyback off of what you said, that's kind of where I was going to go with it. James Harden is a free agent next summer. You know what I mean? The Nets are in a tough position because they wanna keep these guys together if they can. And more than likely, if Kyrie doesn't play, I would imagine the Nets would probably still be favored. They have a pretty decent roster. Maybe not heavy favorites like I think they are now. But probably maybe neck and neck with the Lakers or so. But the Nets, this could cause a ripple effect in everything that they're actually trying to do. Because if I'm Harden and Kyrie's still having his views, which I'm sure Harden respects his views and that, like, but it's like, yo, I can't stay around the bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm gonna go elsewhere. Like, you know what I mean? And the Nets, you want to keep Harden, like, you know what I mean? This is what makes this Brooklyn thing so crazy, is that they got, two for sure top 10 players, you know what I mean, and a top whatever, you know what I mean, top 20 player, whatever. Yeah. And they got, guys like Blake, Marcus Aldridge, Paul Millsap, Patty Mills, you know what I mean? You got all these guys that came to Brooklyn because they wanted to be a part of the big three that they have. So the Nets, I feel like, are in a really hard position because I don't know, man. I overheard Harden. I didn't overhear, like I was like right by it, but I heard him say that he kind of wants to be recruited. Like, I mean, he's never been a free agent. He kind of wants to kind of see what that, like, test the waters and see what that's like, because I'll tell you one thing, if he do test the waters, Philly gonna be knocking. Philly will be knocking. GM, Daryl Morey, Harden is his guy.
They got a lot of money to give him.
Yes, they do.
Once Blake comes off the books, they're gonna have a lot of money to give him. So it's gonna be an interesting situation moving forward, just to see how Kyrie decides what his decision is moving forward. And I think, and also the mayor of New York's decision is moving forward.
I don't think this holds for the whole season, this vaccine thing. It's just me speculating. Once the numbers come down a little bit, then the mandates might go away.
But then again, who are we to think that the mayor is going to change the fucking mandates for?
No, it's not going to be for him.
But
just in general, once it's more under control,
then
I imagine they'll ease up like they typically have done.
Well, Brooklyn better hope.
And there's going to be some pressure on him to ease the mandate sooner if Kyrie's holding out.
Also going to be a new mayor. So the person who made this decision is de Blasio. He's out after this election. So, who knows?
There's a lot of stuff that could change, and just hopefully they come to a resolution. If Kyrie don't play this year, I can see him suing the NBA for all money owed and any possible future earnings.
So my question is, how can you sue the NBA when it's a New York mandate, not an NBA mandate?
I'm just telling you how I just envision some kind of court situation. I don't know who he would sue. I'm just thinking that he's not gonna go away quietly.
They are still required to pay him for those road games, even though they say he can't play. They still do have to pay him that money. So he still got at least half his salary, even if he doesn't play a single game.
Yeah,
so
not a bad deal.
Not at all. Not at all.
I've seen worse.
Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah. That's the worst deal in history. They stretched his deal for life. That's man, every year, Bobby Bonilla Day. But speaking of Ben Simmons, man, how about he didn't tell nobody? He just showed up to the arena.
How awkward is that?
He just showed up.
How you just go blow down on an organization?
He just showed up. He didn't even call nobody. He could have.
He didn't even tell Rich from what they're saying.
He just showed up.
Hey man, I'm starting to think that Ben is a different kind of nigga.
He just showed up.
It's different, man.
He didn't even tell his agent.
You don't know if he might just leave again. So, I don't know what he's capable of. No,
but I got a feel. I do have a feeling that them coins not being handed out had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's a very simple tactic, but it's effective.
Yeah, so I don't care how big your contract is, how much money you have. You don't just want to willingly not get paid millions of dollars. Like,
I mean, it's literally the tactic that everybody uses when they are in a crunch. Okay, what do people love or want the most from anybody? Money. Like, they want money, their livelihood, quote unquote. That's why it's hard for people to lean on Kyrie like that, because he has made a lot of money, and it seems like money isn't his focus. I don't know that man like that. But it seems like what they do to normal people, which is lean on you with your money. Like, he like, okay, I don't care. Like, Ben Simmons, they took $1 million from him. All right, here I come.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm on the way.
But last year was Ben Simmons' first year of making big money, because they got the rookie contract, so he was locked in. So that $8.5 million that they withheld to start the season from him, that is more money than he's made in any year of his contract besides last year.
Oh yeah, so he want that. Like,
that's new money, and he don't have the shoe deal to fall back on like Kyrie got. It's a different thing.
You know what? Now I think about it, he doesn't have. I don't think I've ever seen him endorsed by anything really. Or Ben Simmons was.
No, maybe in Australia. He probably got some deals down there. He probably got some deals, some endorsement deals, but he's not.
Yeah, he got a Nike deal, but he's not a signature.
Yeah, he's not the guy.
Bottom line is he need that coin. That's why his ass is back in
Philly. That's what holding the year's pay for him in most years.
Yeah. He needed to be there anyway. Like, he should have been there from the beginning, regardless of how you feel you were treated or how you played, or if you want to be traded, you need to be there
just show up.
Yeah, until it's
you can act the ass all you want when you show up, but you still show up.
You got to be there. Speaking of people acting the ass, Tyler Hero.
Man, this is a wild ass quote.
Tyler Hero.
This is a wild ass quote.
I don't want to misquote him, so I'm just going to paraphrase. He said his name belongs in the likes of Luka the Don, Ice Tray. Who was the third guy?
Ja Morant.
And Ja Morant.
That's a wild ass quote.
I want to know why.
Simple question. Why do you think because
I'm not putting nothing else, but why do you think?
Because last year,
why?
Last year, I'm not talking about the bubble year. I'm talking about this past NBA season. I don't recall him doing nothing. Anything. I don't recall him doing anything.
And he was
anything to brag about, to where the point you come into this season and think you're up there with the top tier young guys in the league. Are you nuts? Like, you can be confident in yourself, but don't say stupid shit. Like, Like, come on, man. Like literally all those guys that they named, they're literally the face of their franchises. I'm not sure Tyler Hero is the fourth best player on that team.
He's not.
Actually, no. They got Kyle Lowry now. So
he's on the trading.
Tyler Hero.
He's on the trading block.
Oh,
actually.
Yeah.
He has 23 career regular season starts.
Yeah,
5 playoff starts,
like
28 starts in his career.
What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Luka, all right.
You talking about Luka?
All right, if you would have said, I'm as good as Ja Morant.
No.
Wait. I'd have been like,
you would have been like, what?
No.
You would have been like, what?
I'd have been like, I disagree with you, but I understand why you said that. But you cannot. No, I understand.
Why do you understand
statistically?
That? No, why do you understand that statistically too?
Because statistically, the bubble year, which I think is the year he's leaning on, his stats were pretty good that year.
Okay, what does that have to do with Ja Morant?
That's what I'm saying. Like, let me finish. Because if he said,
honestly, Ja is not in Luka's conversation, but that's a different.
He's not.
And that's Ice Trey is like one. Like,
okay,
Luka,
Ja and Trey Young are up here, and Ja is not on their level, but he's like right beneath it. Tyler Hero is, under the fucking ground.
I'm in the basement, so I can't put my hand no lower. But
dog, it's just a wild comment. Dog.
He's a good player though. Like, that's the thing that alienates you from fans. Like, because you are a good player, and and people kind of do want to like you, like, you know what I'm saying? Because he got the swag. He white, but he played with some pop. Like he dressed, you know what I'm saying, swaggy.
Listen,
like he
man.
wear the chain and all that. So I want to like it.
Got the IG girlfriend.
Yeah, like,
Man, at the end of the day, man, just stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. You get to talking crazy like that. Like now, I bet the NBA sent one of them doctors to his house and you got a drug test. I bet he got that call.
I want to hear what Jimmy Butler got to say about this because it can go one or two ways. He can support his teammate, or he can knowing Jimmy.
He can support his teammate, or he can give him that Jimmy mean where you like.
Exactly.
You give him that look.
Jimmy will let you know whenever you out of pocket.
he's definitely out of somebody's pocket.
Man,
he's tripping for that.
Maybe he just, he's in the conversation as a NBA guard.
Man, it's
okay
that
to general.
It's
I'm a guard, they're guard.
Look, man, it's okay to be confident, but don't name drop. I think the quote would have came off a little bit better if he didn't literally name the people that he think he up there with.
Yeah, if he like, I'm just as good as those young guys.
Yeah, I feel like I'm one of the better young guys in the league. It just kind of left it at that.
But is Jason Tatum so I'm confused? Like, is Jason Tatum in that group since he's kind of
yeah, I would imagine. So
I think
only like 20.
They all came out the same year.
No,
Luka was in. Yeah, Luka, Trey, not Ja. Ja was the year after.
So they all came out the same year.
Tatum and them, I believe, came out the year before Luka and Trey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ja Morant came out the year after Luka.
Yeah. With Zion and RJ Barrett and those guys.
Yeah,
Ja went too.
But
either way, Tyler Hero.
So Tyler Hero was 2020 draft class. So
this was
it was. So it's Jason Tatum was the
2019. I'm sorry.
Tatum was the 2016 draft class or 2017 draft class.
We get too far down the draft.
So Hero went 13 in the Ja Morant draft class where Ja went second.
And those other two guys went.
Everybody else went the year before him. Yeah. So that was the Darius Garland, Zion draft class that Tyler Hero was in.
Yeah. If he'd have said I'm better than Darius Garland, I'd have gave him that.
I wouldn't have gave it to him, but
no, I wouldn't be. We wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, he can say it, but RJ Barrett, take a shot at somebody in your class,
somebody in your level, your tier. Like, you say RJ Barrett, I'd be like, you know what?
Hey man,
might be
RJ Barrett showed his ass last year.
But I'm saying, but he has he at least got a leg to stand on. With the Don, he don't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah, he should never mention Luka, and I'm wondering when they play each other because Luka and Ja are the kind of people, and Trey, all three of them are people who will go at you.
No, Trey is even. We've seen
they got that petty in them.
Yeah, we've seen on the biggest stage how petty Trey Young can be. So,
and the thing about Trey Young, he's not physically imposing, so it make you want to beat him up.
Look, man, Trey Young was shimmying in the Eastern Conference Finals before he shot. You know what I mean? That's how lets you know how petty he is.
That's the type of stuff make you want to swing on him. But
but it's basketball.
And he can back it up.
Yeah.
With his play. Speaking of shimmying and three-pointers, man, today in NBA history, in 1979, was the first three-pointer made in NBA history.
That's kind of crazy.
That's wild, right?
Yeah, that's real wild.
So like, some dude, somebody white.
It was somebody on the Celtics. I
don't know.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
some dude from the Celtics, man.
The shot didn't look like a typical 3-point shot that you'll see today.
It really looked like a heave.
Chris Ford.
Like he heaved it.
Yeah. Chris Ford for the Boston Celtics in 1979 made the first three-pointer.
That's his claim to fame, the first three-pointer NBA history.
But nobody knew that. Well, hold on. No, I wouldn't say nobody knew that. It wasn't important before this era of basketball.
No. And
now that the three-point that is so
revolutionized,
man, it's vital. It's like they playing around the three-pointer, like, and it's so vital. And that's why I mentioned that, because I wanted to talk about how the three-pointer has changed the game. Namely, one player really has changed the game, and that was Steph Curry. And so, like, we gotta give Steph Curry his flowers about how he really altered the NBA, and he paved the way for guys like Trae Young. You know, before that, you know, Trae ain't getting drafted. Like, you see how little he is, man. They like, no, he too little.
Did you mention Steph already?
Yeah, I said Steph.
Clay.
No, I said Steph paved the way for these guys.
Oh yeah.
You know, he was the pioneer.
No, Chris Ford, I looked it up. He shot 42% that first season with the three. Why didn't somebody say, "Hey, we should
shoot more threes"?
How many did
42%?
He probably shot 18.
How many did
He shot 164 threes. He was putting them up.
Oh, he was letting them fly.
Wow.
That's two a game.
Wow.
That's two a game.
He hit 70 of them. He was letting them fly.
I respect it.
And then he got less each year after that.
They probably pulled him to the side. Like, hey, just say,
hey, don't be doing
that.
Hey man, shout out. What's the name?
Throw it inside.
Chris Ford.
Hey man, shout out.
We got the Chief down there. Give it to the Chief.
Give it to Mikhail with them shoulders.
Yeah, they can't come here. But it's crazy how you know, just a few short years ago that the NBA three-point line was invented and how the game is played today, you know, around the three-point line. And it's really like, you know, they revolutionized the game. So I just wanted to talk about it. How the game was revolutionized.
It's crazy how different the game is now.
That was also Larry Bird, Magic Johnson's rookie year. So big year in 79. They changed everything in 79.
Man,
that's crazy.
79 was a very good year. All right, man. Last but not least, man, this all-time lists came out, man. This list is coming out. Everybody's lists are different. But Tim Duncan, man, he's not getting the proper respect, and I'm getting frustrated. So I added this on the list because it's personal to me. He got 5 rings, MVPs, and he's not held in the regard of a guy with those kind of numbers. And it's like, you know, they're not rating him high enough, man. I'm tired of hearing about it. Man, they got all these players rated higher than him. Y'all seen the list. Wes Unseld, all these other people, man, I'm not even about to go into. But they got to put some respect on Tim Duncan.
Look, listen, man. Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward to ever play this game, and it's not even debatable.
Ever.
It's not debatable.
I don't want.
Which is really weird because if you're the best player ever at a position, you belong in everybody's top 10.
At least, come on, man. He's not even nobody's top 50. Like, he's so far down.
But what's so crazy about it is that, like, you know, it was always they always kind of said that, you know, since he's a part of that San Antonio system, that's why he succeeds. Mind you, San Antonio ain't won shit since he retired.
Man,
I don't even think they made how many times have they made the playoffs since Tim Duncan retired?
Once.
They made the playoffs. Kawhi, you know, Kawhi got him there.
Since Kawhi left, they haven't made the playoffs. So, like, they need to put some respect on Tim Duncan's name, man.
Put some respect on Tim.
He's too low on these lists. He's better than KG.
Yeah.
He's better than Kevin Garnett. He's better than Dirk.
Yep.
So put some respect on his name. I'm tired. Don't mention these guys. He's better than the mailman.
Better than Weber.
All
of them great power forwards. Rasheed Wallace. All them boys.
Rasheed Wallace, second tier greatness. Like, he's greatness, but he's second, you know.
But still.
But he's better than him too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I'm tired of hearing about it. Like, you know, he has everything that people ask for out of great players.
He's the greatest power forward to ever suit it up.
I'm tired of hearing about it. Don't bring it up again.
He's just quiet, man. That's why people forget it. You know what I mean? He kind of just do his own thing, he talk trash. He just worked. He just gave you the business. It
didn't look like he breathed hard.
He has the third most regular season wins of all time, 2001. That's easy work for him.
No, he's won more games than some NBA legends even played.
Come on, man.
Kareem and Parrish, the only two with more wins than him, and you know they played for an eternity.
They played for 20 years apart.
Like, so it's he has more wins than Magic Johnson played games.
No,
let's talk about it.
Come on, man. Come put some respect on my guy, man. Like, when he came into the league, man, he changed that franchise. He took him up to that next level, and then they started winning when he came.
And man, you remember when Tim Duncan used to hoop in the foams, though?
Man, he was cold, man.
He was cold.
I was looking for a pair. He charged me $350. I had to, you know.
But Shaq and Kobe took up all the air in the room. Is basically what happened.
They did, but he won just as much as Shaq and Kobe.
And he did, but those conversations to
Yeah, well,
you got LA, you got Shaq, you got Kobe.
I don't care.
I'm with you.
I don't care.
Well, I mean, I see your point. I see what you're saying.
Rest in peace to the late great Bean.
I wasn't gonna say it,
Rest in peace.
Yes,
but he's held in a higher regard than Tim Duncan, and and he shouldn't be. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah.
And that's episode 9 of the mid-range ain't dead. Because I'm not gonna go deep on that.
Oh, I don't want those problems.
Real quick, man. Shout out to J.R. Smith too.
Time out.
Teed up.
Almost walked out of here without talking about your boy.
Who's that?
John Gruden.
Oh man.
I left him off the list on purpose just to see if I would remember, was he important enough to talk about? And obviously he is.
Man, that's a bad look, because when the email first came out from 2010 or 11, whatever they said, you had people on in the media kind of trying to defending or in the sports world, but then that's when they opened the floodgates on that ass. And he talking bad about everybody.
Every group.
Every group. Like how you talk bad about every group?
He's about to get a job at Fox News. Is that Fox about the racist? I don't know.
No.
Yeah, that's Fox handles all that.
But you're talking about FS1.
No, not FS1. I'm talking about Fox.
Oh, Fox. Oh yeah.
The real Fox. There's so much to unpack here, man.
That's a lot. One person that's happy about all this stuff? Urban Meyer.
Because he got his fingers clean now.
Because that shit died down quick.
Even the Jags owner came out today and said, yes, I think John Gruden should have resigned. Like, you got your own.
Yeah.
Playboy.
Dog. I'm trying to tell you, Urban Meyer, like, shit, they ain't talking about me no more.
Playboy, you got your own dirty laundry in the back. You need to take care of, Playboy.
He said, we've already watched this. Let's talk about this thing over here.
Man, he jumped off that train so fast. But it's a lot to unpack, man. It's frustrating to see that racism wasn't enough. And for him he just said some racist stuff, and it wasn't enough to make him resign. That's very telling of the culture that we're in.
Mind you, I don't mean to cut you off, but mind you, it's the fact that he was so comfortable sending that to whoever he was sending it to.
Was it the GM of the Redskins at the time?
So that just lets you know the powers that be in the NFL, they scrubbing all them emails.
They knew.
They knew about it, and I bet you they trashing all them emails because I bet you it was a lot of
too late. They have 650,000 emails that they're sorting through right now. I don't think we've heard the end of this, and I think people are going to start making plans for early retirements.
It's about to get ugly. It's about to really get ugly.
I mean, as it should. To me, if you're racist, homophobic, misogynistic, whatever you are, and you're comfortable enough to be sending that to other people via email, that means you are at a level of whatever you are that you shouldn't be in a position of power. It's to a point where you're so comfortable. He was allowed to coach after he was blatantly caught being racist as a 50-year-old man. It wasn't like he was 18 and somebody caught him saying something 20 years ago. Bro, like you were 50, like saying racist stuff. Like there's no excuse for that. But they let him coach after that.
So what's crazy is Al Davis, his late father, the late owner of the Raiders. I'm talking about his Mark Davis is his son. So Mark Davis actually been trying to get Gruden to coach the Raiders for so long before his contract. So he hired him knowing, and they're good friends. They're friends like outside of him, Mark Davis being the owner of the Raiders and John Gruden being a former coach. So Mark Davis knew about how John Gruden is, and he still wanted it. He still wanted it. And it's a bad look on the organization in my mind because, you know, the late great Al Davis, Mark Davis's father, was kind of forward thinking with a lot of stuff that he did while he was still alive and the active owner of the Raiders. Like I want to say he hired the first black female in his organization.
But when you come from money and your parents put you in a situation like Mark Davis is,
yeah,
you don't have the same point of views as your parents.
Oh, I absolutely agree. I'm just saying it's a bad look. It's a bad look on the organization.
It's a bad look for the NFL.
Yeah, for sure. Because, you know what I mean, the powers that be at the top, I bet you when these emails get sorted out, it's gonna be a lot worse shit that's being said.
Man,
about
it's a lot of old white money.
Old money.
That runs the NFL.
Yeah.
And you know, with the league that's majority of black players ran by a bunch of old white people, you know, there's going to be a huge disconnect. That's why there's so many layers besides Jerry Jones. There's so many layers between owners and players.
Oh, listen. I want to see what some of Jerry Jones's emails look like.
I'm curious to see what every owner has to say.
Sure. I agree.
I'm very curious to see what anybody has to say because I don't believe, I believe that they were comfortable enough to send this via email. I don't know what they would have said in person. If you say that in the email, oh my God, in person, you had to be going off.
Oh, in private settings?
Oh my God.
Man, it's ridiculous.
Go ahead, Zig. I know you got a lot of information in this category.
Yeah, so there's a whole lot, and I'm not going to get into everything. Like, I couldn't get into everything, and I don't want to say everything that he said because then I'm on record saying it and I'm losing my job. But
we got a good picture over here,
Zig. The
$3 a month.
The thing, but yeah, you know, they had the 650,000 emails, and like I said, I think that this is just the beginning. But with these emails going to who they went to in particular, which is Bruce Allen, who is getting completely left out of all of these conversations for some reason, as if he didn't return anything. You know, it's all Gruden, but you know, he felt comfortable saying this to you for a reason. After these emails began, and they lasted 7 years, but after these emails began, Bruce Allen hired Jay Gruden, John's brother. Deuce Gruden is still coaching John Gruden's son. He's still coaching on the Raiders staff right now. These networks that they have are so strong and so intact and unmoved by the loss of one person that struggles like trying to get Black coaches in by granting them an interview, it's not enough. These things, you know, this has been something that's been long going with the Rooney Rule, where they have to force each team to interview a minority. It doesn't even have to be a Black person. It could be, you know, any minority. But these are things that are being forced upon them. But then these are the conversations that are happening by the people making those decisions. I can be the most well-spoken person in the world. I can't go into an interview and make you not racist anymore. I can't make you give me an opportunity over somebody who seems to be the brother of your like best friend. There are layers of this racism that are so institutionalized that you cannot make a rule that is going to change things. Until you start getting diversity in ownership, diversity in general managers, you're not going to get diversity in the coaching ranks or any other position of leadership. So this goes down to quarterbacks as well for years. Any position of leadership that wasn't just athleticism, people have been not given the opportunity to be put in those positions. And as you can see by who's still in charge in most places, unfortunately, this doesn't seem to be something that's going to change unless you're otherworldly, like a Lamar Jackson, like we spoke about. there were the anti-gay things. I did not know before this that Roger Goodell actually has a gay brother, and that was a big part of his growing up, was fighting people over things they said about his brother. This taking him, him resigning from his job, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking him out of the Ring of Honor because he also spoke down on their owner. And this reputation hit. These things don't last. The Tony Dungy's of the world are already ready to forgive him. And this will be held as one of the great redemption stories in 5 years. This is just a bump. So with everyone concerned about the cancellation of John Gruden and, just the culture in general, need to be more concerned with the dehumanization of Black people, women, gay people. That should matter. And that's where I want to leave it. I'm not going to get too much deeper than that, but we'll see what other teams get dragged into this. All these conversations that they have exposed, there has not been a single word said about Colin Kaepernick, and that's really suspicious to me because I doubt he would have just sat that out. But they have their own lawsuit on the side, so we'll see if some of that cap news comes out too. But I don't think we've seen the end of this. I don't think anybody should feel sorry for John Gruden, and I don't think that this is even going to have a long-term effect on John.
No, John.
It's gonna really be jaw dropping to see what happens when he gets another gig, wherever that may be, whether it's in TV or in somebody's organization. But I agree. I don't think this is gonna hold him back from anything, because he's not gonna be the only one. Once it's all said and done, you're gonna see a lot of these emails are gonna be getting weeded out, and it's gonna get messy. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think it's going to be really messy.
How much do you think the NFL is willing to put themselves into this fire? That's the thing.
They're not. Like, just like you just said, that people who make decisions, they're making decisions. Only way that they can change the way things are going is if they put themselves out there. They're saying that we did some stuff wrong. There's some stuff that we could have corrected. There's some things that we can correct now. But they're not going to do that because, they are so isolated. They're so powerful that they don't care about how 3 Black guys feel on a podcast. Like, they don't care. Like, they don't care as many people who listen. They don't care, because for us 3, there's at least 1 million people who don't care. Like, I want my football. Like, I don't care if John Gruden called him, said his lips look like tires. Like, I don't care. I don't care if he called him a slur about his sexual preference. Like, I don't care.
Yeah,
like,
what game is on Sunday?
Yeah, like man, the Raiders started off 3-0 before this stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the typical fan, that's where their mind goes.
For sure.
Like, we were 3-0 before these things got messy. We could have made the playoffs this year. The NFL is wide open. We could have won a Super Bowl. Like, that's where their mind goes. And until we get people making decisions in those rooms with a league that's 70% or higher Black, but we don't make any decisions. The NBA has more Black people in front offices. I don't know about baseball, even though they have a large Latino, Latinx group, how many people they have in the front office. But until we have people in those offices making decisions and really clearing out that racism that's been handed down. John Gruden's from Ohio. And he's from northern part of Ohio, Sandusky. So like that should let you know, like, that's almost Canada. So it's not like racism isn't a Southern thing. Like, a lot of like racism, oh, you from the South, must be racism. No, like racism exists all over the country.
Yeah, it's just the South that they don't run from it.
No, the South, they're proud of it.
Yeah, they're proud of it. It's just everywhere else in the country is just kind of hidden.
It's weird to me that, like, even every small issue was just bad. Like, he's mad that there's a female referee. Like,
Who cares?
like, why is this something that you gotta weigh in
He
against?
literally attacked every social group, and that's insane.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, how can you have a problem with everything?
That's hard to do. But I always say that if you take these people with all these views against different religions, against different races, against women, against people's sexuality, it would look a lot like these countries that they say they hate. If we gave these people their way, our countries will look a lot like these other countries that they say they hate. And so until these people kind of get a look at themselves, man, it's going to be a long, dark road. And it's going to be a gray cloud over the NFL. They just got out from under the Kaepernick stuff. And luckily Kaepernick is bringing out a documentary on Netflix coming at the end of the month. And so that's going to, kind of bring it back out, bring some more light to it. But the NFL is it's going to be hard for them to recover from this type of stuff, depending on who's involved.
It'll be hard, but it won't be because
I was about to say the same thing. Like realistically, it should be hard, but with the NFL, it's not.
I mean, we literally sat here and talked an hour about it.
Yeah, it's not my favorite league, but I still watch it. Like, I make money off of it. Like,
Text me your list. Text me your game. Text me your list, man. This is the Mid-Range Dead podcast. This is Wrong Trav.
It's your boy Ed Anderson.
It's your boy Ziggy.
Don't be racist.
We out this bitch.